Welcome to session 4 of the CH4B Business Masterclass series. This series we are giving you 6 lots of theory and practical combined, which will allow you to start scaling your business through proven strategic topics. We've already covered the Disney strategy, mastering creativity, creating a business vision with insights from NASA, crafting a business value proposition where we looked at Netflix, and we've looked at business purpose, motivated by a mission, and we looked at Google. All of those are available to catch up in the Members Hub. We're today going to look at target markets, and we're going to use Amazon as an example. And then the final instalment will be around recognizing a brand and creating your brand. So before we get started, just take a moment to think, what is it you're looking to take from this and the future sessions? I'm Chris Galt. I'm the Client Services Director and Strategic Business Coach, Master NLP Practitioner at CH4B Central Hub for Business. Today we're going to learn about the definition of target market. We're going to understand the similarities between B2B and B2C. We'll hear how Amazon adapted and evolved. And we'll look at how to create your own target market avatar. When communicating, whether it be professionally or personally, you need to know who it is you're communicating with. This is particularly important when you are trying to build rapport, attract attention, give instruction, or even influence another person. Whether it be the prospect for your business, product or service, or a potential future partner, you need to understand who your target market is that you're trying to attract. In this masterclass, we will look at target market from a business perspective, but understand that these principles we cover could be applied to other scenarios too. A target market is a particular group of consumers of which a product or service is aimed towards. Knowing your target market and who it is provides many benefits. It allows you to present your brand through your branding in a way which communicates your company effectively. It enables you to consider the most appropriate marketing channels to reach your audience, and it allows you to consider the pricing models of your product or service to ensure your target market will be able to buy. One of the first considerations to make when it comes to your target market is if your product or service is suitable for other businesses or the consumer direct. If your product is for other businesses, then you are operating as a business to business or B2B organization. And if it's for consumer, then you are B2C, business to consumer. Any good business can define a target market at this surface level, but to be effective, you will want to be more specific about who your target market is. If you identify you are a B2B company, you might want to look at the type of other business your product or service is suitable for or going to be used by. You may provide a VoIP phone system for business and initially identify that any business could use your product, and this may be true. But look in more detail at how your product is used and you may identify that its usage is more suitable to one or a few industries and types of business in particular. Equally, you may realise that your product can be used by all businesses. However, there is a specific industry or industries you want to target based on existing connections or users, or on how lucrative businesses of certain industries may be based on typical available income or higher need volume for your product. You don't have to narrow down your target market to too small a niche. However, the more focused you are, the more effective strategies can be down the line. Other considerations you may want to look at when defining your target market when you operate in B2B include the industry, location, size in terms of turnover, size in terms of personnel, their activity, their needs. What else is out there already available to them? These type of considerations will give you an overview of the type of business consumer you could target. But what about if you are B2C? If you are operating B2C, you will still need to consider the need the consumer has and what is already out there for them. But you may also want to consider things such as the gender, age, location, their budget. If you are a business operating a trade within home improvements, you may realise you can provide your service to a wide range of individuals, from low budget to high budget tenants, homeowners, landlords. Again, defining who the ideal target market is will help you be more specific in your planning. But with both B2B and B2C, it is okay to know that a wide range of consumers exist for your product or service. But if you're looking for growth and want to maximise your return on investment, then knowing your ideal target market, your golden egg customer, is vital. This is where you will want to consider creating and defining your ideal client avatar. It's where you map out a profile of the ideal client so that everything you do is targeted and spoken towards them. Remember, we said earlier these principles can work in personal context too. So when you've mapped out your target market as per the location, the size, the industry, you could be ready to start making decisions for your marketing, but you will find you don't always get the right responses. The trick is to know this. Whether you are B2B or B2C, you are still needing to communicate with a person, another human, if you are going to get the sale, and therefore we need to focus on the human needs and emotions that drive the decision. Let's look at how Amazon, a customer-obsessed business, puts their focus into a marketing strategy and their target market. Amazon performs exceptionally efficiently measured against revenue per visitor, which is one of the key measures for any commercial website, whether it's a media site, search engine, social network, or a transactional retailer. Of course, profit per user would be quite different due to the significantly lower costs of other .coms like Facebook and Google. Forbes credits Amazon's success to 3 rules which it breaks, but we probably shouldn't. Strategy is about focus. Although Amazon has an incredible number of strands to the business today. 2, don't throw good money after bad, with criticism in particular of Amazon's investment in groceries. And 3, your core competencies determine what you can and can't do. Amazon developing the Kindle with no hardware manufacturing experience. In this way, Forbes outlines a risky approach to marketing strategy which, for Amazon, paid off in dividends. So there is plenty to learn from studying this company, even if we decide not to replicate all tactics and strategies. So let's look at Amazon.com's mission and vision. When it first launched, Amazon's had a clear and ambitious mission: to offer Earth's biggest selection and to be Earth's most consumer-centric company. Today, with business users of its Amazon Web Service representing a new type of customer, Amazon now says this goal continues today, but Amazon's customers are worldwide now and have grown to include millions of consumers, sellers, content creators, developers, and enterprises. Each of these groups has different needs, and we always work to meet those needs by innovating new solutions to make things easier, faster, better, and more cost-effective. 20 years later, Amazon are still customer-centric. In fact, in one of the latest annual reports, Jeff Bezos of Amazon explains customer obsession. We seek to be Earth's most customer-centric company and believe that our guiding principle of customer obsession is one of our greatest strengths. He goes on to say, we seek to offer our customers a comprehensive selection of products, low prices, fast and free delivery, easy to use functionality, and timely customer service. By focusing obsessively on customers, we are internally driven to improve our services and add benefits and features, invent new products, lower prices, increase product selection, and speed up shipping times before we have to. We've just seen from their vision, mission, and their CEO, Jeff Bezos, that Amazon are obsessed about their target market. They must know and understand them in every detail and then deliver to those needs and desires. And this is a core strength of the business. One example of their focus on customer convenience, a key requirement of their target market, is the introduction of Amazon Go, their new kind of store with no checkout required, boasting a just walk out shopping experience. The Amazon Go app users enter the store, take the products that they want and go with no lines and no checkout. Ultimate convenience. Amazon describes the vision of their business as this: relentlessly focus on customer experience by offering our customers low prices, convenience, and a wide selection of merchandise. This vision is still to consider how the core Amazon marketing strategy value proposition is communicated both on-site and through offline communications. Of course, achieving customer loyalty and repeat purchases has been key to Amazon's success. Many .coms failed because they succeeded in achieving awareness but not loyalty. Amazon achieved both. They stress how they seek to achieve this by saying, "We work to earn repeat purchases by providing easy-to-use functionality, fast and reliable fulfillment, timely customer service, feature-rich content, and a trusted transaction environment." Amazon communicates the fulfillment promise in several ways, including the presentation of the latest inventory available information, delivery date estimates, and options for expedited delivery, as well as delivery shipment notifications and update facilities. This focus on customer has translated to excellent in service, and the 2004 American Customer Satisfaction Index gave Amazon.com a score of 88, which was at the time the highest customer satisfaction score ever recorded in any service industry, online and offline. And although, yes, this score has dropped slightly, they still score very highly, and it is on its way back up. This level of trust with their customer and the level of satisfaction that they bring comes from a core focus on understanding the full profile of who they're dealing with within their target market. So let's now look at how you can understand your own target market by explaining how to build your own target market avatar. I always recommend creating a minimum of 3 avatars and ideally up to 5. When building a target market avatar, we need to consider the psychometric profile of the decision maker, whether it's B2B or B2C. Values drive behaviours, and if we can speak to our audience at an emotional level, fulfilling their values, then we stand the best chance for our business. When you look beyond the surface levels of who your target market are, which we covered before, you can start to use effective communication and marketing initiatives which will enhance your likelihood of closing a deal. Equally, if you are using this on a personal level, understanding the psychometric needs will support your communication too. Let's look at some of the things we need to consider. Understanding the personal demographic information of the target market is the first place to look. What is their personal demographic information? Things to consider are: what's their age range or their gender, their marital status, their home life arrangements, do they have children, their pets, where do they live, what kind of house, what are their interests, their hobbies, maybe their ethnicity is important, or their religious beliefs. Maybe it's important to know whether they have a disability. All this information will start to tell you something different after who you are communicating with and how they might be perceiving your product or service. And it will also help when considering the next elements of building out the target market avatar. So let's move on to look at their professional demographic. If you're operating B2B, this will help you identify if you are speaking to the right person within an organisation, whereas when you're working B2C, it will help you identify some of their life considerations as you move through the target market creation process. So what is their professional demographic information? Ask yourself questions like, where do they work? What is their job role or responsibilities? Their annual income? Their level of education? All these will play a part in understanding who you're speaking to. Now let's look at what the individual is wanting to achieve in life and what is important to them. We're going to take a look at what are their goals and values. What are they aiming to achieve, or where are they trying to get to? This is both personally and professionally. And what do they need to achieve this? Again, think of it from both personal and a professional perspective. What difference are they wanting to make? What is their purpose or mission in life? What beliefs do they possess which are driving their behaviours? Understanding what drives other people allows you to connect with them, find something in common, or which you can demonstrate understanding for to show that you care about them and their needs. And what are their challenges and pain points? What obstacles do they have in their way? What limitations do they possess? Maybe mentally, physically, resources. What pains or negative outcomes are they trying to avoid? Some people are motivated by what they are trying to gain, and so knowing their goals, as we identified before, helps. But others are motivated by avoiding pain. If you are using your target market for sales and marketing, which is one of the main uses it has, then you may want to use a technique called priming, where you can identify a pain someone is experiencing and then help lead them towards a solution. Asking these questions will help your connection to them at this level and will support you in understanding the values that drive them and use the emotive language which will connect with them. The next part of building a psychometric profile for your target market helps you to communicate through the right channels. Whether you are B2B or B2C, remember you are communicating with another human. So consider, where do they go for their information source currently? Do they rely on information provided by others that they know professionally? Do they speak to those in the same industry or background to them? Or do they look for outside what they already know? Do they search the internet, certain social media platforms, or rely on TV or radio? Do they prefer to read to find information, or listen to podcasts or influential experts and figures? This will shape how you market to them, where you will find them, and get yourself noticed. If someone likes short, punchy pieces of information, you might want to consider 60-second videos or top 5 style bullet point structured blogs rather than longer wordy blogs, ebooks, or higher duration pieces. Finally, you want to consider the decision-making process that they will go through when deciding on a product or service such as yours. What are their objections and the role in which they make in the decision-making process? Do they make the decisions solely themselves, or are they likely to need others' input? Are there going to be any budget restrictions? Do they have timelines that they would be working to? Are they looking for certain levels of involvement from you as the expert? When you've been able to map out your target market avatar by going through these processes, you can now use the information to make informed decisions of your own. Give your avatar a name and bring them into meetings where decisions are being made, and ensure that every decision you make is speaking to your avatar. After all, people buy from people, so you need to build a rapport through your communication, and you can't do that without taking the time to understand them on an individual level. And if you can identify and find your ideal target market client every time, then you will be able to lead towards success and growth within your business. Now, coming up with your target market avatar is a creative process, and it's best achieved with a team of core people from your business. For the best results, the first stage is to think of 3 to 5 ideal clients. And if you can think of someone real and use them as a basis, then great. Otherwise, try to envisage what your ideal client looks like. For this practice exercise, you'll spend 10 minutes thinking about one of your best clients, and then I want you to write down what their objectives and goals are in life, as well as the challenges and pain points that they're experiencing, focusing on those that you can provide the solution for. Finally, write down anything which comes to mind about what makes them the ideal client. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to work on this and then ask you to come back to the rest of this video. Pause this video now, take 10 minutes to practice the exercise detailed before, and then come back once you're done. So what did you manage to come up with when you were starting to look at your target market avatar? Now, to complete this exercise, CH4B has a practical guide and tool available to our members in the CH4B Members Hub, which will help you complete the full avatar creation process. Or go back and watch this again, looking at each stage for the psychometric profile that we talked through. Remember, this masterclass is designed for you to be able to take away your learnings and practically apply them to your business. So with that in mind, ask yourself, what are your learnings from this masterclass? What are you taking away from today's session? How could you use this in your business? And most importantly, what commitments are you making today to keep your business progressing forwards? Central Hub for Business is here to support you and other business owners. So if you have any other thoughts, questions or comments, get in touch. Contact us at hello@ch4b.co.uk. And keep an eye out ready for the final instalment in this Business Masterclass series. Best of luck implementing this into your business, and thanks for listening.